welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving headfirst into one of gaming's oldest wars, a conflict that's absolutely roaring back to life in 2026, console versus PC. It is time to pick a side. You know, with new console refreshes just around the corner and PC tech getting crazier by the day, a lot of us are asking this exact question. So we're not just going to talk about it. We're going to stage a full-on showdown to help you find an answer. Okay, let's get into it. So in one corner, representing Team Plug and Play, we've got the console loyalist. For them, gaming should be simple, comfortable, and just straight to the point. And in the other corner, we have the PC convert, a former console player who saw the light and now preaches the gospel of freedom, high frame rates, and endless choice. Here are the battlegrounds where this war is going to be fought. We'll break down the arguments, and if you stick around till the end, we'll help you declare your own winner. All right, first up, let's hear the opening argument from our console loyalist. Their entire philosophy, really, it boils down to one simple, powerful idea. Gaming should be fun, not feel like a second job. And this right here, this is the console gamer's creed. You don't see driver updates or compatibility checks, you just see pure, instant fun. Because let's be honest, after a long day at work, the absolute last thing you want to do is troubleshoot a blue screen of death. That's not gaming. That's just unpaid IT support. The promise of a console is just so simple and so powerful. You buy it, you plug it in, and you play. It's a curated, perfectly optimized experience designed for your couch. And for millions, I mean millions of people, this isn't just a good way to play, it's the only way they want to play. But, you know, simplicity always has its price. So let's hear the rebuttal from the PC convert, who argues that what console gamers call simplicity, well, it's actually a cage. Their entire case is built on two very important words, freedom and ownership. This quote, it really cuts to the absolute core of the PC mindset. Think about it. On a console, are you really buying your games? Or are you just paying for a temporary license that kind of expires the second that piece of hardware becomes obsolete? On PC, you're not just a consumer, you're a curator. You're building a digital legacy that lasts. I mean, this slide really says it all, doesn't it? On the left, you've got the console graveyard, all those old boxes and games that are basically expensive paperweights now. But on the right, you have the PC's living library. A game you bought over a decade ago not only still works, but on today's hardware, it looks and plays better than you ever could have imagined. Okay, freedom is great, but can you actually afford it? Let's get real and talk about the biggest hurdle for any potential PC convert. That price tag. We're going to dive into a real-world experiment from the YouTube channel Toasty Bros to see what $600 actually gets you in 2026. And trust me, this is where the debate gets really, really messy. So for around $600, here's the breakdown. Team Console got that slick, seamless PS5 experience, but they completely forgot about sound, forcing them to use a single, kind of sad $5 earpiece. Meanwhile, Team PC got a surprisingly capable laptop, but they had to pair it with what can only be described as cursed peripherals. We're talking a keyboard that feels like you're typing on wet sponges, and a mouse that just has a mind of its own. And that's really the trade-off in a nutshell, isn't it? What do you value more when you're on a tight budget? The smooth, polished simplicity of the console, even with its own weird compromises, or the kind of janky, imperfect freedom of a budget PC? There's really no right answer here. There's only your answer. All right, let's talk about what really matters, the games themselves. Because the hardware is just a box, right? This is all about what you can play on it. And in 2026, this is where the arguments start to get pretty personal. For Team Console, this is it. This is their checkmate. The most anticipated game in a generation, Grand Theft Auto 6, is landing on consoles first. For millions and millions of players, the debate ends right here. You either play it on a console on day one, or you wait. But the PC convert fires right back. Is one game, even a game as big as GTA, worth giving up an entire universe of them? We're talking over 100,000 games on Steam alone, and that's before you even get into other stores, indie platforms, and the truly infinite worlds opened up by mods and emulation. It's one massive game versus, well, literally everything else. This timeline really shows the magic of PC ownership. Your library doesn't just survive, it evolves. A game you loved back in 2005 isn't just a memory, it's an asset that you can revisit today and experience in ways the original developers never even dreamed of, all thanks to community mods and way better hardware. So, the arguments have been made. All the evidence is on the table. Where do you land in all this? Well, the truth is, There is no single universal champion here. The right choice depends entirely on what kind of player you are. Let's start with the console. Let's build a profile of the 2026 console gamer. Does this sound like you? If you're someone who just wants to get home from a long day, crash on the couch, and play the biggest new games with absolutely zero fuss, then yeah, the console is and probably will remain your undefeated champion. It's a premium, curated experience for very good reason. Okay, now let's flip the coin. What does the 2026 PC gamer look like? Is this the year you're ready to convert? But if you're the kind of person who sees a settings menu as a playground, not a chore, if you want the absolute best performance and the freedom to play anything from any era, and if you want one single machine that's for gaming, for work, for creating things, then the PC isn't just an option for you, it's your destination. Ultimately, I think that's the real takeaway. It comes down to this one question. Are you investing in a perfectly curated experience that's going to last for the next few years? Or are you building a flexible, powerful platform that will grow and evolve with you for decades to come? The choice is yours.